Hello and welcome to another Supernaturally Healthy live weekly Facebook show. So every week I hop on to the Facebook page to give you another Supernaturally Healthy live, and this week what I want to share with you is my weekly Supernaturally Healthy fat burning food shop. So this week I went to Aldi, and what I'll do is over the coming weeks I'll do a bit of a series at what I would get at different shops, but this week I shopped at Aldi, so I want to show you some of the supernaturally healthy, fat burning, awesome foods that you can get quite cheaply at places like Aldi. I've done a video before on Lidl, so if you want to see what I bought from Lidl, then you can go to the video section at the side of this page and see that there. But if we haven't met each other before, hello, I'm Kezia Hall. I run Supernaturally Healthy. I'm a holistic health coach, and I help people to use food as medicine to become fabulous fat burning machines and to really heal and love their body while still eating some cake and chocolate, because that's just how things roll. So what I want to do is, this is going to be a bit more of an interactive, moving around kind of show. So what I want to do is I'm going to flip this camera around and I'm going to show you through every single thing that I have bought from the shop. So I'm going to lift this off. I'm going to do a bit of a tour. I managed to lay everything out. So before I show you the specifics of what I bought, it's worth noting that every month I get a meat subscription box of organic grass-fed meat. So I don't buy meat from supermarkets really ever. I like to buy it directly from the farm where I know it's high quality. I also get my eggs, most of my eggs from a local farm, again organic. No, it's been well looked after. So things like meat and eggs and sometimes fish as well. Sometimes I do a fish box. I don't buy those from standard supermarkets either. So that's worth knowing, like none of this stuff is in here. But this is a little tour of some of the bargains and awesome organic healthy foods that you can have from Aldi. So I'm just going to flip this around so you can see. So this is the spread of things that I have. So I'm going to start from this end. So I'm just going to start with the frozen section. So I always like to have frozen veg in the fridge. So I often have peas. I have a really great pea and coconut soup that's really quick to make. So I always make sure I have peas on that. Again, I would love to buy organic peas, but I'm not quite at the point where all my fruit and veg is organic. Hopefully next year that will happen, but at the moment I do a bit of half and half. So I've got some frozen veg. I've also got some fish. Now, a lot of the fish at Aldi is farmed, so I don't really like to eat any farmed fish. It's less nutrient dense, it has a bit more crap in it. Whereas this is the only line caught fish I can find in Aldi, and it's really nice. It's quite fatty and meaty. And a great way that you can do to check where your fish has come from is look at the back. So I can see here that this was caught in an ocean, that it wasn't farmed, and that is good enough for me. So tip with fish, always get wild fish. Using cheap farmed fish, it's not great for the animals, it's not great for the fish, and it's not great in terms of nutrient density. So these are some of the frozen things. Now, most of what you can see here is probably veg. So let's look at some of the veg. Now, I love that Aldi does packets of cauliflower rice because I cannot be asked to make it. But I often use this for lunches and really quick things. So I've got 2 of those. I've been loving spring onions recently, and Aldi does a small selection of organic things. So some organic spring onions. I use a lot of coriander in my cooking because it's really, really great for detoxification and supporting heavy metals. I've got lots of lemons for my lemon water. I normally, to be fair, like to use organic unwaxed lemons, but they didn't have those at Aldi, so I just got what I can. Sometimes you just got to work with what you've got. Got carrots in there, lots of avocados because they're quite cheap at Aldi, which is great. Some bananas, some cauliflower, we've got radishes here, some kale, organic broccoli. I love broccoli, and it's amazing that you can have organic, and some more kale and some lettuce. So those are kind of some of the vegetable things. I do already have things like sweet potatoes. So other things that are weekly staples are mackerel. Now, these, to be fair, are for my husband, so I don't eat a lot of this, but for my husband's packed lunches, he eats a lot of mackerel. I ideally like to get mackerel in olive oil, but again, Aldi only sells it in sunflower oil. and he doesn't heat this up. So this he just mushes into a salad. So because he's not heating the olive oil up, it's kind of a bit more acceptable for me. So this huge stack is for my husband. He eats mackerel every day. Great source of omega-3. It's a great packed lunch idea. We also have some jam here that's for my husband. That's not really for me. I don't really do jam, but unless I make it myself. So next up we have almonds. So again, these aren't organic almonds. Again, that's not something we've moved on to just yet, but I bulk buy almonds, and what I'll do is I'll soak them overnight and then dehydrate them and use them to make almond butter. So I prefer homemade almond butter. It's cheaper and it just tastes way nicer than the shop bought stuff. So I make all my own almond butter. Another thing I love about Aldi are these. They're like little naked bars, but cheaper. These are great. Again, my husband uses them for work. I use them for when I'm traveling, going to uni, on trains early, that kind of thing. So I love their pecan pie and cashew crush. Cheaper than naked bars because you get 5 in a pack, and I think they're slightly bigger. So I love Aldi for those. I'll often just go to Aldi just to bulk buy those. Another great thing I love from Aldi is this. Organic, cold pressed, 100% raw coconut oil. Now, I have searched and looked at many different places for buying coconut oil, and Aldi is the cheapest from what I can tell. If you know any different, please let me know in the comments below. But I buy all my coconut oil from Aldi now, and then I reuse the jars. And once it's finished, I empty the jars out and reuse them as Tupperware, because I'm trying to get away from using plastic Tupperware because of all the toxins and gross stuff that's in plastic. So I get 2 birds with 1 stone. I get loads of free Tupperware because I reuse the jars, and I get cold pressed organic coconut oil. It's really important with coconut oil that you use cold pressed, and it's really important that it's organic. Really, really important. Don't use refined coconut oil. It's really not great for you. So another staple that I get, again, this is for my husband, not for me. I don't eat gluten. I don't eat grains, but my husband does. He doesn't have a history or health issues like I do. So I don't really like buying bread in general. I think it's not great and processed. But this rye bread, I'm really happy for him to have. So what are the ingredients in here? Oh, so we've got, it's basically rye, which does contain gluten, but it's not wheat, sunflower seeds, salt, oat, and yeast. So I don't consume this because I don't eat gluten and I don't eat grains, but my husband does. He'll have this with eggs in the morning, and he is 6'6" and needs a lot of food, so it's a great way to bulk that out for him. I'll also get mushrooms. They do organic mushrooms at Aldi, which is great. Also for my husband, they were selling this organic muesli. Again, I don't really eat muesli, but I kind of bought this as a store cupboard backup for him, you know, because we're moving house soon, so I wanted some quick and easy things for him that were gonna help. So, another great, you know, essential item, 85% chocolate, must have. And I think it's not organic. I do prefer organic, but it's relatively, I can see the ingredients. There's not a lot of ingredients in there, which is awesome. Organic eggs. Now, I said I like to get all my animal products directly from the source, so I know that it's quality, but I couldn't be bothered. I'd eaten all the eggs this week, so I bought these from Aldi. Really cheap, organic. Again, with eggs, you really want to get them local, high quality. I do notice a difference. These eggs aren't as good as the eggs I normally get, but I need to do some baking, so I just bought these while I was there to save some time. So eggs, brilliant. Got some ginger in there. I use a lot of this tomato puree instead of chopped tomatoes, and instead of ketchup, this is what we use. Often, again, if I'm getting this at Sainsbury's, I'll get organic. I'll get organic tomato puree, but I'm at Aldi, so I got just non-organic. I try not to freak out about organic stuff, to be honest. I just do my best. Goat cheese, again, I don't eat a lot of goat's cheese, but I sometimes like it with some walnuts in a salad. Again, my husband eats a lot of that, but I am partial to some goat's cheese, so I do like that. I don't eat a lot of dairy, but if I'm going to eat it, I'll eat goat's cheese. Woof. And then, very excitingly, Aldi always has random offers on, and this week they had lots of offers on organic tea. So I've got some nettle tea, awesome for the liver. Raspberry leaf tea, great for the hormones, great if you are in your last trimester of pregnancy, but in general also just great. I'm not pregnant, and it's great for your hormones and supporting that. So I got 2 of those to stock up, because I also just really like raspberry leaf tea. It's really nice. Got some nettle and of course some fennel, great for digestion. great for all-round support. So it's nice organic. I always try to get organic teas because they're dried. A lot of the toxins and things can be condensed. So I think, oh, and also it's a bit of a treat for the weekend, vegetable crisps, because I just love vegetable crisps. And this is my washing up liquid. I didn't just buy this because Aldi doesn't sell that. That's just sitting there. And I think, so that is my shop. So obviously my eggs and my meat I buy separately. Sometimes my fish as well. I bought dishwasher tablets as well. That's unexciting. But this is roughly how you can have a really supernaturally healthy shop. So if you have people in your family that eat gluten, things like this are great options. Quick, speedy, cheap options. If like me, you're grain-free, bulking up on stuff like this, your eggs, your cauliflower rice, mackerel for your omega-3s, nuts for nut butters, and tons of veg, as much of it organic as you can buy and afford. And of course, healthy fats from avocados, your coconut oil, and so much more. So that is my weekly Aldi shop. I don't always shop at Aldi. I also shop, to be honest, I do whatever's easiest and cheapest. So often at the end of the month, as lots of you can probably relate, the budget is smaller, so I'll definitely go to Aldi. But I always, probably once or twice a month, do an online Sainsbury's shop, because I've used a website called, I think it's My Supermarket, where you input your weekly shop and it tells you which supermarket is cheapest for you, and Sainsbury's is cheapest for me. So I do an online shop at Sainsbury's once or twice a month, and that's when I'll bulk up on like organic tomato puree, organic cucumbers, what else do I buy from Sainsbury's? Decent almond milk, organic lettuce. Like Sainsbury's does have a better variety of organic veg. So I do that, but then I do really rely on my subscription boxes. So although I don't have one running right now because I'm about to move house, I normally have an organic veg box that I get delivered weekly, along with eggs and a selection of organic local veg. I also have a monthly meat box of grass-fed, organic, grass-finished meat that just automatically gets sent to me of some of the basic meat stuff. And then I'll buy fish in bulk occasionally as well, things like wild salmon, some prawns sometimes, or some white fish. And so again, I'll do that in bulk over time. But honestly, if you just mix things up a bit, if you're aware of your budget, you really can eat supernaturally healthy on a budget, and Aldi is really great. Ah, Beth, hello, that's so fun. Hello. Oh, I love doing Facebook Lives. So that is my little shop for today, but you can 100%, no matter what budget you're on. I do want to encourage you. I started off on my healing journey following something called the GAPS diet, which was the gut and psychology syndrome diet, with my husband doing a PhD and his funding had ended. I was an artist and I worked part-time. So basically I'm saying our income was really small, and I started my own healing journey on a really small budget, and it is 100% possible. It often means you can't pick organic necessarily, and that's okay. And I do think with the whole organic conversation, it is more expensive. It is, but it is something you just got to do really slowly. Just slowly over time, make tweaks in your budget and just make small changes. So Emma, where do you get your bulk meat from? I buy my bulk meat from Coombe Farm, from two places. Either Coombe Farm, which is spelled C-O-O-M-B-S, Coombe Farm. I think that's pretty much what it is. Or Everfields Farm. So one is a farm in Somerset, one is a farm in Devon. And what you do is you order your meat boxes or your meat directly from the farm. You can ask them any questions about the quality of the meat, the care of the animals. I spoke to actually Ben, who runs Coombe Farm, at the weekend, and he's so lovely. So they're very like lean, real life teams. So those are the places I buy my meat from, just because I think it's really important to get quality meat, because not only is it better in terms of looking after the animals and looking after the environment, it's also better nutrient content. The happier the animal, the healthier the animal, the higher the nutrient value when we consume it, and therefore you get more bang for your buck. So that's where I get my bulk buys from. But it really is, it is 100% possible to eat healthy and burn some fat and heal your body on a budget. it's just about being strategic around it. So I hope that is really, really helpful. If you have any other questions, whether you're joining me live or watching this on the recording, then let me know below. And if you want more advice and more help, I am running a 5-day fat burning boot camp at the end of this month, which I'll put a link to. I'll edit it above. But if you head to my website, Supernaturally Healthy, and just click the bootcamp button, you'll be able to join the bootcamp, and I'm going to be sharing tons more info like this. But whatever questions you have, let me know. I'm going to go, after all the shopping, I'm starving, so I'm going to go and make some sort of lunch from this shaboodle and try and not just eat chocolate for my lunch. That's my current goal. But thank you for joining me. Ask me any questions you have. Otherwise, I'll be back here next week, next Tuesday at 6 o'clock is my normal time, for another Supernaturally Healthy Life. And if you want any other supermarkets for me to go to do a series on, let me know. I'll do one on my Sainsbury's shop, and I'll maybe do one on Asda, and we can do a little series, which would be fun. Anyway, lots of love. Happy Wednesday. Bye.